Yeah.
And it's a nice paddle move because you can.
We've got some French players, Haines, that have these very similar.
Some people are doing
cartoons.
Yeah. A friend of mine.
They're showy though. You can sure see him. He used to do a lot of shows for schools. He was good to do shows for schools. Yeah, and I think that was his big thing. 7 and 8.
Gene Kirk, I met you 2 years ago.
How many members of SAM? A couple of SAM. No one's supposed to know this, but SAM's going to have when I was president of IBM, I tried to get them to come to Cincinnati and Midwest, and I couldn't get them to do it. But SAM's going to come to Cincinnati. So that's not too far from you guys.
Yeah, national convention.
Great.
National convention, and Brad Jacobs and the fellas are coming in November, and I'll give them the same tour in July. Moved here, now you gotta put in a sleeping porch, a place to cook and grill and come out in the summertime. And there's a creek that runs down here and so forth. She says, I wanted a fruit cellar. Now, what she wanted a fruit cellar for, I don't know, but they dug with a backhoe. The guy calls me up at the bakery and he says, hey, we got to move your cabin. We're not talking about this cabin, we're talking about a small cabin. We got to move that cabin. And I said, why? And he said, well, the ground is unsafe. So I came out, a friend of mine, Charlie, he was digging with a backhoe, and there's a hole, you cover a big hole. I said, Charlie, how deep is that? And he said, I don't know. I said, but I got a 100-foot rope in the pickup truck. So he went up and took the 100-foot rope and they dropped it down there and we tied it to the backhoe. And I said, Charlie, climb down there and see what's down there. Now, this guy's been working for me for 20 years. First time he's ever been insubordinate. See? He climbed down.
He wasn't down.
Climbed down. Oh, what the hell? But I love him. He's great. He'd be here today. But anyhow, so we called up the state of Ohio. We found out, and this is good, I'm sure the state of Indiana does this, any place that has, you find something you don't know what it is, called the Corps of Engineers. They know where every tunnel, mine, and well is in the state of Ohio. And I told them what this was, and they said, what were the coordinates? I said, I don't know. Smith Road and so forth. So I was on Thursday, so we'll look into it. Well, I figured exactly 83 feet 6 inches. And they came up with things that came out of this show.
Your name is Tanya.
Tanya?
Right?
Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya.
I'm Tanya Tucker.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay, we call her Ellen. It's Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Here, I might as well just take one out instead of passing them all around. And whether it works or not, but that's it. And that's wonderful. I'm very. It's just probably.
This is nice. Yeah.
Okay, I would guess. It's the
Peace pipe.
go down like this. Cat to rat. His knees cross and uncross. His eyes go back and forth, and his lids go up and down. And these were toys that little girls played for. And your daddy could go out and buy these for 75 cents.
Copperfield, Penn and Teller, and Mr. Blackstone himself, along with the Pendragon. Pendragon.
How far down are we?
It looks real. 83 feet on that thing.
Oh, it probably is.
That looks real.
Scott, how far down were we?
83 feet.
Oh,
Yes.
look at that.
83.
Gee.
There we go. A little bit better. This belonged to Harry Houdini. This is, as I've come to understand, Harry's pick set. This is a stamp, I believe, that he also used. The idea with this table is Houdini would sit here. He would be chained up by local authorities. This would obviously go around his neck. His hands would be chained and locked into here, and he would be covered up by a tent. And somehow, miraculously, he would manage to get himself out of the contraption.
Wow.
Real old stuff.
Autographed picture of Harry Houdini.
Is that someone famous, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Alexander himself.
Uh-huh.
It was a little bit, and Alexander would appear to still be standing on stage, but he would be sneaking around the back of the theater or walking down the aisle. As they come in, he will go have the name and boss on the brass plate on the side of the chair. You'll see the Pendragons, you'll see Ted Leslie, Copperfield's on one of these, Penn and Teller are both in here. Jack Shannon's already sat here. And these are the chairs where they actually sat.
That is.
I don't know.
Okay. And then that's the Downs coin liner. Wow.
Here we are. Well, I'm going to make myself disappear.
That's pretty good.
Hi, John. See you.
Hey, you know, what's the miniature figure?
Thank you. Faces carved in the chair. And they were very unusual, and I picked them up at an old lady's home, and I traced them all the way back to the home. And they were commissioned chairs by Alexander Herman. The chair I am on is, as I get older, I start thinking a little bit more about spiritualism. And this belonged to a very famous medium by the name of Lamar King. Lamar King was up in Indiana. You've got 2 or 3 Maple Grove. What are the difference? A few Houdini items, including an escape chair. And the things Houdini wore on underneath his pants when he did the upside down escape. All done by cams and sandbags. And that's a very fine piece of automaton. This was in the Hooker collection. Hooker was the one that had the Hooker's Rising Cards.
Oh, yeah.
Put it this way, that's my stomach. And this table was, I know it was for sure Harry Keller's. I believe it was Jean Robert Houdin. This came from the Circus Museum.
Wow.
But different, because this was before Kalish. This is when Mr. Ringling liked magic, and this was in his house. It rose like that. And she rose, and you're thinking 1910, before aluminum or anything, where they got such light stuff? It weighs about 3 pounds or 4 pounds. It's very heavy. And
More than one.
So that they float on stage is a little bit different for a zombie nowadays, isn't it? I mean, so-and-so Downs, and my uncle knew him, and he left his stuff here. This is neat. He would. Where's my little girl?
Daniel.
Danielle, you awake?
Yeah.
Watch. Do you see the money floating around in here?
No.
Oh, well, there's all kinds of money. See that? Come here. See? This is how the guy used to do it. I don't do it, but see, we'll fill up. Come here. Reach up and grab a coin. Reach up. Yeah, throw it up in the air. Good. Anyhow, the guy picked up, I don't do the trick, okay? The guy picks up all this stuff. I'll tell you what this was. You got it? What is that? It's hard to see. Coin? Coin?
Coin.
What kind of coin? What color?
I think it's like.
I like the sound.
Whole thing. So you could go on and on and on and on, and that got good applause.
Somebody had a card up there already, didn't they?
Yeah, no, I have something going.
Do what?
This is David's right here.
Uh-huh.
This is how it all runs.
Kegger.